Welcome everyone. This is my first live, and I want to welcome everyone. Please like and subscribe to the video. I was watching. Let me go right in. I was watching Queen Sheba video today, and I really enjoyed the video. She's amazing, but she said there's someone that was on Melody's side that has switched and is getting paid, or that person boss is now color scheme. And many people are guessing who could this person be. It doesn't matter who he is. It doesn't matter. It's if you go on a channel that support Melody, you will know if that person support Melody no matter what. I'm very new to YouTube, and this is my first live. I'm very nervous, so if I go on and on, sorry, it's my first live, so I'm just testing it out for now. If I'm not very good at the live, then I'll go back to my AI. Let my AI speak for me, and I will not come back live. Depends how people like my live or not. And she want to know why. She asks, what is Carla's problem with Melody? And why is Carlos on Melody's is on Martel's side? Well, I did ask someone who is very spiritual that can see certain things quite a long time ago now, when I first got interested in the show, and I decided I was going to start a YouTube channel speaking about the show. And they let me know that Martel is not who you think he is. Martel, how would they say it? Sell his soul? That's what you have done. That man has sell his soul. So when you look at Melody, someone who is very spiritual, she do a fasting, she pray, and you look at both of them and you wonder, why is Carlos supporting someone that is not favorite to the public and to the fan? Why would a boss support the person that no one like? He's the how would you say, the villain of the show. And the reason why is because he signed whatever deal with that side. So he's in him. He's on the same thing as Carlos. Same thing. Sorry for the interruption. He's on the same thing as Carlos. Melody is not. She's not on that same thing. She has not signed that deal. She has not signed that deal. So she's now working on her own and basically by herself. And that's the main reason. Melody is a woman of God. She has been through a lot, and she will make it, make her way through. I know they always say, "Oh, why she doesn't have any guys? How come she haven't not been in a relationship?" Because most, basically, every guy that come in contact with Melody, they tend to jealous of her, and they're jealous of her success. So she find it very difficult to be in a relationship with someone that is not gonna envy her. Martel, he envy Melody a lot because he signed and he expect to be the superstar, the big one. But it did not work the way he expect it to go. It did not work that way. And Melody ended up being more successful than him, and he doesn't understand how. So they are trying to remove her out of the show because she was part of the creator of the show. It's very hard to remove her from the show, maybe because of the contract she signed when she first told Carlos about the show. So Martel is also part of the show, but she may be probably more of a bigger stake than him. So Carlos cannot just fire her just like that. He cannot do that. Because if he could, he would have done that a long time ago. Um and that's the reason why they want her to leave on her own, or they want her to end up fighting in order to get sacked. If she end up losing her cool and start to fight anyone on the show, she probably will get sacked by that way. Or she leave. So they are trying to make her leave because obviously she's very smart. She's not gonna end up fighting on the show. They know that. They know she will not end up fighting on the show no matter what. She's very intelligent and she know how to use her words. So they can't get her in that kind of way. So the next thing is to try push her off the show. And that's the reason why they are creating all of the costs to try to get her to be alone. Trisha was only pick up for the show because she linked to Martel. Not because she was friend with Stormy. No. She came on the show because they let the producer know that she and Martel was linked together. And they thought if she come on the show, she and Melody would probably have a fight or have an argument. And it doesn't happen. It's opposite way. Trisha, she and Martel talked before she came on the show. Before she came on the show, she and Martel discussed, in my opinion, everything is in my opinion. She discussed with Martel how they meet, and Martel meant to play along and said, "Oh, I know her from my younger brother." And she would say, "Yeah, I know him from his younger brother." But what happened was Martel, he played too much. He played too much. And what he did, he went and said, "I don't know her." Because they told him to do that in order to make the show more spicy, which she was surprised because that's not how he meant to say. That's not what he meant to say, sorry. That's not how he meant to play the game. It was him to say, "Oh, I remember you from my younger brother," or whatever there is, or from knowing you through Chris, because Chris is the one who helped hook up Martel and Trish together. And that was not meant to come out. So Martel played her at her own game. So that's why she was so shocked and surprised. But she did not know he was gonna let everyone know that she came to his house. Because she only wanted to act like she know him because of his brother. And then she would have go on and then should have go on and play her story that she make up with Ken as against the husband, Marcus. But Martel, and obviously he's been on the show a long time, he and the producer them change it around and they play her instead by pretending like he doesn't know her. And then now she help make him have to tell the truth because she keep talking about it. So now you have to tell the truth. But that's is part of his game. And then Martel wanted all of them wanted Melody to not have a problem. Have a problem to have how can Martel have a ex-girlfriend on the show? Now, if Melody doesn't have a problem with that, and that doesn't cause any fight, then she should be okay if Martel baby mother come on the show. But that's the thing. Melody would not accept that because the baby mother, I've, we all know what she has said about Melody. We all know she has spoken so much lies and tell so much story about Melody. Some stuff Martel tell her, some things she hear or check his phone and find out. So yeah, Carlos King want to push Melody off the show because he cannot fire her because she helped create the show. So he cannot sack her just like that. So is either she end up in a fight and they can sack her then, or she have to leave on her own, which Melody is not gonna leave until she feel like she want to leave. Why should she leave? It's her show. She is the main one for the show. She was the one who really wanted the show. She was the main one. So she's the head of the show. Cartel is only the one who probably help push the money and get the Carlos he help push the money and get the network and so on. But it's her show. It's Melody's show. It's her show. And how can you suck? someone who created the show. So when someone said on Queen Sheba show that he wanted to find out how is it Maria? I forgot her name. And love and married. I mean, and love, married to medicine. Sorry, he wanted to understand how it worked. How did they get rid of that person? How did they get rid of her? And obviously, we all know she ended up in a fight, a lot of fight, till they realize, you know what, you even though you created the show, we're not gonna continue with the show because the costs are not gonna continue with the show because of all of the wars and the fighting and everything. So it's either you step down as a cost so that the cost them would so that all of the stars are the work of the show would remain, or there's no show because one person cannot work on the show. So the next step was to use the millimeters. The millimeters was why everyone came on and talking about the millimeters because they was gonna use that as well. They was gonna say she have make it so difficult for them to continue working on the show because she's using her millimeters to target them. So that is also another one too that they try to use, but it's not strong enough. That is not strong enough to get rid of her. They use that, but it's not strong enough because there's no proof that she directly telling millimeters to go and attack anyone else on the show. There's no proof. So how can you say is she doing it when there's no proof of her doing anything like that? Because most of the people that talk about the other costs are YouTubers. They're supporters of Melody, but they're also a YouTuber. You know, we all a YouTuber. I support Melody because her story is very similar to my story. Obviously, I'm not a star or anything like that, but what happened with her marriage is the same way my one play out. The only difference is I didn't make the side chick come to me to confront me. I get rid of him before the side chick could come to me and try to disrespect me. And obviously, I don't have a show, but her story is I understand her story, and I will always support Melody because she have 4 children. She's a mother working so hard, and for them to be playing like that, especially the father, how could you even team up with these people to get rid of your own children mother? They can't find another star. They believe Stormy would have been a good fit to replace Melody. Obviously not, because Stormy, she's a user. She only uses people to climb. Letitia, we all know Letitia. She is very weak. She cheat, in my opinion. Everything is my opinion. She cheat the same as her husband. They both of them cheat with each other. Cheat on each other. He cheat. The one of them cheat. The both of them sleep around. With Kimmy is just upset that business with Melody did not go through. So she blamed Melody. She blamed Melody for the business not going the way she wanted it to be, because she believed the business would have been successful. So if Melody had stick with Martel, then they would have done the business that they was doing on the show, and it would have been great. And because Melody left Martel, the business did not go ahead. And instead of her blaming Martel, she blamed Melody instead. She believes it's Melody's fault instead, and that's why she's mostly on Martel's side. And not only that, she's a Scot. So wherever she and her husband chit chat, her husband is on Martel's side. So definitely, it's gonna be very sticky, to say that she's gonna support Melody. No. Mm-mm. So Melody is definitely on her own through the show. And every time someone come on the show, they produce them and call the scheme, they try to push that person to move against Melody. And they're gonna keep doing it. No matter whoever come on the show, they're gonna keep doing it. Because they want her to leave. Because they probably want Martel to bring that girl on the show, and them to see how the show would it be more successful, to put it like love and hip hop, where be fighting and fussing and craziness going on. But you can't. That is a different show. The show was not built in that way. The show was built to support, um, the 6 people that are a couple. So the show always gonna focus around them. Melody, she's the one who created the show in the first place. So the show is always gonna focus more on her. But they don't, because she break out as a main star. And as I said this stuff before, you know now. Everyone know now. Melody is a woman of God. Martel, we already know who he is. Palestine, the same thing. They all sign them deals, so you know. Thank you everyone, whoever subscribed and like this video. May keep it up. I may delete it at the end. I will see how much views I get, and then I will decide maybe by tomorrow if I'm gonna keep it up or not. Thank you, and go back to my AI.